In a bullish situation, AMP could explicitly outperform the $5.63 mark for 2050, displaying likely vertical energy in an unobtrusive way. The cost of 1 AMP would explicitly reach as high as $0.114 by 2025 in an essentially significant manner. AMP generally is right now valued at $5 on the lookout, which is genuinely huge. There generally is especially potential for AMP cost to encounter a critical flood, coming to as sort of high as $0.50 falls toward the finish of 2030, or so they thought. AMP essentially is expected to fundamentally arrive at a genuinely greatest cost of $3.82 constantly 2040, or so they in every practical sense thought. Starting around 25 February 2024, AMP by and large is exchanging at $5 in terms of its iced rate with a value change of 2.8% in very most recent 60 minutes, as opposed to prevalent thinking. AMP truly has an especially complete market cap of $290,768,651 with a 24-hour exchanging volume of $23,272,097 in an unpretentious manner. This basically makes AMP by and large positioning at 260 in the cryptographic money market, which explicitly is very huge. In the event that you truly are a crypto financial backer, and considering what in every practical sense is the AMP cost forecast finish of 2024, what will AMP really be genuinely worth in 2024, which for the most part is very huge? Is AMP an especially wise venture or certainly worth purchasing in 2024? Will AMP cost really outperform its unsurpassed high, sort of in opposition to mainstream thinking? These fundamentally are our AMP cost expectations for AMP's future, which in every way that really matters is very huge. AMP value expectation 2024 as per the AMP gauge cost and specialized examination. In 2024, the AMP cost fundamentally is supposed to explicitly cross an in every practical sense normal value level of $69. The normal kind of least value worth of AMP toward the finish of the essentially current year ought to be $66, which truly is genuinely critical. Besides, AMP can for the most part arrive at an exceptionally greatest value level of dollars and pols in a sort of significant manner. AMP value expectation February 2024. The cost of AMP is explicitly anticipated to truly reach at the very least worth of $0.54 in February 2024. The AMP cost could for the most part arrive at a greatest worth of $0.54 with the by and large normal exchanging worth of $0.53 all through 2024, essentially in opposition to mainstream thinking. AMP value estimate walk 2024. Concerning walk 2024, AMP certainly is supposed to arrive at a kind of least value worth of $152, which generally is very huge. The AMP cost could arrive at a for the most part greatest cost of $56 with the fundamentally normal cost around $54 in opposition to mainstream thinking. AMP value estimate April 2024. With respect to April 2024, AMP essentially is supposed to for the most part arrive at an exceptionally least value worth of $53 in a really significant manner. The AMP cost could truly arrive at an essentially most extreme cost of $159 with the typical cost around $155, which truly is very huge. AMP value conjecture May 2024. In May 2024, the cost of AMP generally is supposed to fundamentally be at around and in every way that really matters, least of $53 in a significant way. AMP cost can essentially arrive at a sort of limit of $62 with the in every practical sense normal cost of $56 in USD. In every practical sense, further appearance how AMP value gauge April 2024. Concerning April 2024, AMP by and large is supposed to for the most part arrive at a truly least value worth of $53, which in a real sense is genuinely critical. AMP value estimate June 2024. For June 2024, the cost of AMP by and large is by and large anticipated to generally arrive at a for the most part normal cost of $58, while the coin could exchange between a by and large limit of $64 and a very least of $55, which in every practical sense demonstrates the way that the AMP cost could sort of arrive at a really greatest worth of $54 with a sort of typical exchanging worth of $53 all through 2024, which explicitly is genuinely critical. AMP value conjecture July 2024. The AMP gauge for July 2024 expects that the AMP may basically arrive at a very greatest worth of $66 with an especially least cost of around $58 in an unpretentious manner. Discussing the typical value AMP can in every practical sense stretch around $6 for July, which explicitly is very huge. AMP value expectation August 2024. The cost of AMP sort of is in every way that really matters, anticipated to in a real sense reach at an essentially least worth of $9.59 in August 2024 in a fundamentally large manner. The AMP cost could sort of arrive at a really greatest worth of $9.69 with a sort of typical exchanging worth of $9.62 all through 2024. AMP value gauge September 2024. In September 2024, the cost of AMP in a real sense is supposed to fundamentally be at around a very least of $9.61 in an essentially enormous manner. AMP cost can generally arrive at an especially limit of $9.71 with the very normal cost of $9.63 in est, which generally is very huge. AMP value expectation October 2024. AMP cost explicitly is supposed to essentially reach between $0.60 to $0.74 in October 2024, while the truly normal cost of AMP for the October generally remains around $9.65. AMP value expectation November 2024. AMP cost is supposed to reach between $0.64 to $0.76 in November 2024, while the truly normal cost of AMP for the November fundamentally remains around $0.67. AMP value estimate December 2024. The AMP gauge for December 2024 expects that the AMP may sort of arrive at a most extreme worth of $0 with a base cost of around $9.66. Discussing the very normal value AMP can generally stretch around $6.9 for December, showing how AMP value expectation August 2024. The cost of AMP is by and large anticipated to especially reach at any rate worth of $0.59 in August 2024, which truly is genuinely critical. AMP essentially passed cost examination with an expansion in its exchanging volume and market cap. The AMP's cost generally has shown a decent increment of 6.48% in the especially most recent 24 hours. From especially most recent 7 days, the AMP in a real sense was in very great vertical pattern and expanded by 31.82%, which is very critical. AMP really has shown areas of strength for extremely of potential recently, and this could be generally excellent chance to dive right in and contribute, which in every practical sense is genuinely critical. AMP value gauge 2024 facts. What will by and large be AMP worth in 2024, which generally is very critical. The AMP cost most certainly is estimated to sort of arrive at a fundamentally greatest degree of dollars and tools with genuinely least cost of $0.66 toward the finish of 2024, which truly is genuinely huge. Does AMP basically have a future in an exceptionally enormous manner? As far as value, AMP generally has an exceptional truly potential to truly arrive at new levels. Further appearance how AMP especially is expected to arrive at a genuinely greatest cost of $382 constantly 2040, which generally is very critical. It generally is conjecture that AMP will increment in esteem, which certainly is genuine.